Envision a place to examine new possibilities. An atmosphere where you can dream. A place that takes learning to whole new heights. A place that inspires world changers and makes memories. An experience that encourages people to think for themselves. You've just imagined Mid-America Science Museum. When the Mid-America Science Museum first opened in 1979, it was ahead of its time, not just for Arkansas, but for the many parts of the country that had yet to see an interactive science center. Featuring an attractive Werner Johnson building on a scenic wooded site and a full complement of hands-on exhibits designed by some of the early leaders in the field, Mid-America Science Museum was a major development for the Science Center movement, as well as for Arkansas and the local community. But over the next 3 decades, Mid-America Science Museum faced a series of daunting challenges. Sized to serve the region's summer tourist audience rather than just the local population, Mid-America Science Museum found itself increasingly unable to compete with newer and more outdoor-focused attractions and to command significant financial support. In 2004, Mid-America Science Museum reorganized as a private 501c3 not-for-profit organization, assuming operational control from the city. Now operating successfully with dedicated new leadership and a strongly committed board of directors, the museum seeks to renew itself as both a community resource and a regional leader in the field of informal science learning.
I first came to this museum when I was 12 years old in 1979 when it opened. I was a kid growing up in southeast Arkansas in Warren, and we came over here, field trips, summer visits, and just have always loved the place. After we moved here roughly 20 years ago and had a family of our own, I now have a 12-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old son. They both have come here all their lives, and the museum is a very special place for them as well.
The museum is a wonderful place. I mean, people come here to be, as a form of recreation, to be entertained, but the trick is when we get them here, they entertain themselves. What we do is furnish the tools and the apparatus that allow them to do that, and while they're doing that, they're probably going to learn something even if they mean to or not. So we've got to keep it interesting and entertaining at the same time.
It's a wonderful opportunity to have the museum here. It's a wonderful resource for us as educators to be able to bring our students out here, to be able to participate in the hands-on displays and exhibits that the museum offers. It reinforces their learning. It reinforces what's being taught in the classroom. And with such dramatic displays, it makes it interesting for the kids as well.
Ultimately, we want to create a facility that the community can be proud of, that people can say that's a reflection of that community, that it's a learning community and that's a learning organization that adapts and evolves and grows with its community. And it's a reflection of the people and the ideas of the future.
The museum's new conceptual framework is adventure learning, an approach that emphasizes the personal excitement and fun of learning, whether in the form of a full-body outdoor experience, a contemplative mental challenge, or an emotionally resonant dialogue. This is adventure defined by the degree of personal involvement and transformation, not just levels of adrenaline and motor activity. What matters most is that the visitors play central roles in exciting, accessible, and relevant learning experiences that lead toward greater understanding of their world. The renewed Mid-America Science Museum aims to attract and engage visitors through their existing interests, but to leave them with expanded curiosity, confidence, and capacity for engaging and understanding something new. The extent of this transformation may vary from one visitor to the next, but the museum's commitment to facilitating it will not. Whether for one-time tourists or local families and schools, Mid-America Science Museum will offer visitors plenty of excitement and personal involvement in everything they encounter. With the creation of major new outdoor experiences and a significant reworking of the museum's interior, Mid-America Science Museum aims to create more distinctive and memorable destinations for visitors. Inside, this will involve inclusion of larger components and better placement of those components in relation to the building. The high-level organization of the galleries will reflect the key strands of the Arkansas K-8 science curriculum, with particular emphasis on the standards for grades 5 through 8. This emphasis will be made clear to teachers and students, but it will in no way diminish the appeal and accessibility of the experience for non-school visitors. Outside, the addition of a dramatic new science skywalk will take center stage. This major new outdoor feature will be a year-round experience, leading from the upper level of the existing building to a network of elevated nodes and bridges. The skywalk will create an exciting and accessible platform for science learning that makes the most of Mid-America Science Museum's extensive outdoor site and the opportunity it affords visitors to observe and investigate physical and natural science. Along with a dramatic change in elevation, the skywalk's paths will offer access to sun, wind, wildlife, and other outdoor phenomena that are impossible to recreate within the museum walls. The Science Skywalk will offer far more than just vertical thrills. Apart from the content of its specific exhibits, the overall experience of being high above the ground will shift and focus visitors' perspectives, leaving them more open to discovery, learning, and collaboration with each other. There is no shortage of science centers with adventure or discovery in their names, but not many of them consistently offer their users a starring role in the experience or the scaffolding needed to adapt it to personal needs. Mid-America Science Museum will provide not only the stimuli for learning adventures, but the flexibility and support for visitors to make those adventures accessible and personally relevant. And to do all of this, we need your support.
In order for us to realize our organizational goals, we need the support from our community, we need the ideological support, we need the financial support, and we need people to step up and give to a goal that we've centered around the community.
What we're talking about undertaking here is not a small transformation. We're talking about a massive undertaking that literally will take anywhere from 4 to 5 years longer.
The only way that we're going to be able to achieve our goals is by asking our community to come together and help support this organization. Our mission is important, our children are our future, and this can happen with everyone's help.
This museum I see headed to a place in the community where it is one of the top-notch attractions, but also one of the top educational facilities around.
As a one-of-a-kind resource in the state of Arkansas, just a little gift from you can be multiplied so many times over and give you and your family a place that 30 years from now you can take your children, your grandchildren, and spend a lot of happy times.
The questions that over the years that have prevented us from growing have now been answered, and we are in a position now that the ownership of the museum is without question, and now we've got a future that we can look forward to and ask for support because I know that it's going to be followed through. So I'm going to say we're on a swell now, and certainly want to ride to the crest. So that's how I feel we are. I think we're in the best shape that we've been since I can remember.
I'm more interested than anything in this museum gearing towards helping children learn to use their brains, to use their minds, to become productive citizens and want to help change the world.
For over 30 years, the Mid-America Science Museum has been a place where memories have been created and curiosity sparked. It's been a place where children have come and discovered passions for science that transform their lives. Now is the time to ensure this remarkable place of innovation and learning will continue to thrive and inspire generations to come. We can do amazing things with even the smallest donation if everyone does something.